We are live. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to our Thursday edition. Every 7 p.m. Central Standard Time or 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where we come out and hang out with you, sharing ideas with you that can help you to take your life and to take your business to the next level. And we appreciate the fact that you are here tonight. I get to be the host, where I get to introduce my guest, my friend. And colleague in our business, and we will be combining together and sharing ideas, game changing ideas that can take your life and business to the next level. And you may be asking yourself, and I hope you're not, but if you are, saying, "Oh, who is this guy?" My name is Deepo Lashaw, and like I said, I am here with my friend Laurie. As a matter of fact, I'll just let her quickly say hi. Laurie, can you say hi to everyone here?
Hey, hello everybody. Thanks so much for coming and taking time out to be with us. I think you're going to be glad you're here. We've got some great stuff for you tonight.
Awesome. I mean, I am excited, and Laurie, I believe, is excited as well too, because of game-changing information, and that's about network marketing secrets of closing and signing people up very quickly. How do you close? What is the kind of secrets that successful or superstar network marketers typically use in order to close their business and in order to sign people up very quickly? That is information that you are going to have access to. Laurie, I think my daughter just stepped in here, and maybe I'll let you take.
You have another guest there, it sounds like.
Yes, I should do. I do.
Yeah, I did too.
Hello.
Right. Did
What a
you?
cutie. I'd have to say that might be one of your reasons for building a business at home.
Absolutely. You get the chance to be able to do business at home, get the chance to have time with family, and also be able to work from home. And I know that's kind of like the kind of lifestyle that people want. So, well, because we want to give quality value and not be distracted, I'm going to take care of my daughter here. 1 second. I'm gonna go on mute, and I'll let you take control, Laurie. Please take control, and just I'll just let you lead the charge. Maybe probably share your story.
Okay, I can do that. Sure.
I will not.
Well, thank you again, Depot, and I'm just like I think both of us are really excited to be here. Anytime we can consistently be out here and hopefully sharing some really good value with you guys, we want to be doing that. And to tell you a little bit about me, for some of you who keep returning, you've heard the story, already. But I have a nutrition and fitness background, and loved being a fitness instructor and weight training coach, and helping people lose weight and do things like that. I worked at a lot of different clinics. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of Living Well Lady, but there were a lot of different places that I've worked at through time, including water aerobics and stuff like that. So it's all just really fun to me. But what I found was, no matter what I was doing or where I was working, I couldn't do enough time. I couldn't work enough time to make enough money for the quality of life that I had. But even more important is that deep down inside, I felt like there was something more that I was supposed to be doing. There was something more that I was supposed to be sharing. There was something more inside me that I needed to be giving, and that there was a purpose that was driving me that kind of was inside. And so for me, it was a period of, and Deepa will share the same story, because we both very much believe in mentors, and mentorship is just crucial and key. As soon as you realize how important investing in yourself is, as soon as I realized that there was something deeper and I couldn't quite grasp it, I latched onto a mentor, and that's when I started to really grow. And and I also remember the night when I had had enough. I, sat. Maybe you guys have been in this position before, where I was at a job and I was working super hard. It was very physical, and it was late at night, and I was trying to work as many hours as I could so that I could, make a better income and a better life for my family. And I remember just falling, down just sitting against the wall and just sliding down to the ground and just thinking, you know, this is not what I want. This is not what I'm here for. This is not an existence that I want. I don't want to just survive, and I don't want to just continue to work so that someone else somewhere at the top is making a lot of money and I'm working for them. And I just said, enough is enough. And I don't know if you've ever been in that place in your life where you just said, that is it, period, I'm done, I can't do this anymore, I will find another way. And I started to look at online ideas for websites. Now, you know, like I said, I was in nutrition and fitness, which is a far cry at that time from computers. Computers were still a new thing, and you know, I can remember having email and getting used to what that was. But so this was all new for me to get into that environment. And again, mentors come in at that time too. And then it was when I discovered the system that we share with you often, that Deepo and I are both a part of and that we utilize, that I really realized that yes, your dreams can come true, and you can realize what that purpose that's in you and live that. And you know, I just get excited when I think about it. I get excited when I surround myself with other entrepreneurs that feel the same way. They're living their dream, they're living their purpose. And for some of you, that may seem an unreality, or you may be thinking this is all a scam and that we're just making this up. But it is real, my friend, and there are some people you can surround yourself with and start to realize your own dream as well. And that's my love, that's my excitement. There's a group of us that are, you know, wanting to help free 100 people a year. And when we say freedom, we mean time freedom, total time freedom. So when you're financially well enough that you aren't working like crazy. I've been in other multi-level marketing and network marketing companies where I just totally was working so much. And I remember when I was working my way to the top, I had a pretty good sized team. I had actually gone down to, this one was based out of Provo, Utah, and I had gone up into the mountains to meet with some leaders there. And I had spent so much time away from my family. I was putting in, you know, so many hours a week. And I had realized that, boy, maybe this isn't for me, because this isn't the life I want either. I want to be able to have time freedom and make an income, but I don't want to be a slave to my work. And so these systems are so amazing in that way, because when you set up an automated system, it's working for you. And you're living on purpose. I have a friend who calls it her succulent, savvy, soulful business, because she's living her dream and she's living what's in her heart. And when you can do that, you know, life becomes a better thing. And it is true. You literally do get out of bed in the morning excited about what the day is going to bring and who you can serve and what you're going to get to do that day that you love. So that's a little bit about me. I don't know. I don't know if it resonated with anyone, if you can relate to that. I know as I'm getting older, I'm realizing, you know, there's less and less time, and I want to matter. And those three things, you know, I want to leave a legacy, and I want to matter, and I want to love. I want to truly love, and those things are so important to me. And with the system that works and having the right mentors, surrounding yourself with people that are making things happen, you can fit all those things into your life. So that's a little bit about me. Deepo, do you want to take it back away and hear your story? I love hearing about your story. We're quite different, really. We have some really different stories, but yet we all both arrived at the same place.
Absolutely. And you know, I really get inspired when I listen to your story, Laurie, and how profound. I mean, the fact that, and I think it boils down to typically, if you want to be successful, and you talked about mentors. I mean, the fact that the role that a mentor has played in your life. You also talked about what you were going after. You tried the other multi-level marketing program, but then you found out that you were trading your time. You were still trading your time for the income that you're earning there, and that is why we are here now in a system where we get to where we get to build our business in an automated way, like you talked about, and be able to enjoy both the time and the money freedom that I believe everyone here I've connected to be a part of, also to hear how it is that we make that happen. And yeah, just my a little bit of my story. So, but before I do that, once again, I want to just thank you once again for your story. It really inspires me.
Thank you.
It inspires me to keep on going. It inspires me that if you are making it happen, that other people can make it happen as well too. And just a profound story. So I really thank you, Lauren. I appreciate that. Just a little bit about myself, and I took the start of this week. That what do you do when you find yourself alone, cold, and
Mhm.
thousands of miles away from everything you've been familiar with? Because that was where I found myself in January of 2002 when I left everything that I was familiar with, right? My home country in Nigeria, where I was always used to a warm climate, right? And then to come all the way into the US to a very, very cold climate. I mean, weather that I have never been familiar with. Right? And the experience goes that when I landed first into New York, right, and they opened the plane, and I started speaking, I could see vapor coming out of my mouth, and that experience was cool in itself. I mean, I was excited. I mean, just coming to a new place on itself was exciting. To the US, it was amazing. It was going to be a different change for me. But then what it really inspired the changes, the reason for the change was because I wanted something more for myself. I wanted the opportunity to better my life in terms of the quality of education that I was advancing myself into. Because all that I've been told was you have to go to school, right, so that you can get good grades. Right, you have to go to school, work hard, get good grades, so that you can go to, so that you can retire, so that you can leave school and what get a job, right? Leave school and get a job so that you can work for 40 years 40 years of your life. You can give that away. You can trade that away, right? Yeah, and do that 40 hours for 40 years of your life, trading that away, so that at the end of the day you can return 40% of what was not even enough in the very first place, right? Because that's kind of where people eventually get to, right? You find people depending even on social security. Now that social security is pretty much close to being extinct, because uh, as people continually retire, there will probably not be social security left for them at the end of the day. So the question that begs us is, what are we going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? But just let me go back to my story. And so uh like I was saying, Laurie, I went into so I got into New York, and they opened the door, the door to the plane, and I was there speaking. I could see people coming out of my, because it wasn't attached to the bridge that typically connects the building to the plane. It was they just opened the but anyways, as I started speaking, I could see people coming out of my mouth. It was a cool experience for me. But of course, that experience changed completely when I eventually arrived at my destination, which was further north from where I had landed in New York. It was all the way in Michigan, not just Michigan, not the lower. For those who are familiar with Michigan, right? It's not like the lower. It's not like the any part in Michigan here. It's usually somewhere around here. For those who are like the geometry, geographical folks, right? It's all the way up here, and this place is what we call the UP. So I was all the way up north around here. That was where my final destination was, in Houghton, Michigan, where I attended the school there. And my experience was really it was different, because by the time I got out of the plane, right? I mean, leaving the building, the plane, the building to the plane, or leaving the building that had eventually alighted, and getting to the car, the distance from the building to the car was nothing I've never before experienced. By the time I got to the car, or by the time I was about to open the door to the car, my fingers were already getting numb, right? You, it was just like as if just a little thing could actually break off my finger. I mean, it was excruciating pain at the tips of my finger, especially. As a matter of fact, I was wrapped up in blanket for 3 days. I was just trying to stay warm. Never experienced this kind of weather before, right? The different culture, right? Different way of speaking, different language, right? I mean, the British, the Nigerians were colonized by the British, even same as the American, but there's the American English and there's the British English, which is kind of like what we speak in Nigeria, the Queen's English. So that also was a factor change for me, right? So going through all that experience, but you know what? I couldn't quit, right? Because I had made up my mind, and to be honest with you, I really wanted to quit. I really wanted to go back home. I actually was spoke with my dad, who's my mentor, asking me if it was possible to come back home. I wanted to come back to everything that I was familiar with, right? With the lifestyle in Nigeria, with the education that I was attending at the time back in Nigeria. That's what I wanted to go back to everything I was familiar. But he inspired me saying, "Are there people where you're at? That if people are where you're at, that you can also do the same thing. You can also achieve. You can also get that same kind of experience where they are not bothered by the weather, where they are still able to thrive in the midst of in the cold weather. So I had so I had to feed off of that inspiration and just go through college. So I went through 5 years of college in that, yes, in that atmosphere, in that kind of environment. But you know what? It was because I was pursuing something better for myself, right? Something better for my family. And that was all I was told, right? You know, just like I told you, that you have to go to school, get good grades, right? So you can end up with getting a job that will pay you for 40 hours a week for 40 years of your life, so that at the end of the day, you can retire on 40% of what was not in the first place. So doing that was the journey I was going through, right? Until my mentor, that my dad told me this. He sent this in an email. He said, "If you want to be great," he said, "study great people." And then when I saw that, I thought to myself, I said, "Wow, I don't know any good person to study." So in that email, I looked down and I could see where you referenced something. He said, "Get this book." He said, "Rich Dad Poor Dad." Rich Dad Poor Dad. And I hope you have that book, right? I hope you are nodding with me and saying, "Oh wow, yes, that's the book." Because that was the book that started my journey into personal development. And if you don't have it, I would encourage you to get it. While Lloyd was actually sharing my story, I actually got the chance to get this from my shelf there. Rich Dad Poor Dad. You want to get this book because this book literally transformed my life. It opened it opened my mindset into the reality that we were living in I was living in a completely different world from the rich people. That is, there were concepts, there were information, well, it seemed as if they were closely guarded secrets that the rich people had access to, that they were passing down their own generation, like teaching their own children, that the poor and the middle class did not, that the poor and the middle class did not have access to. And by going through this book, I realized that there was something called the quadrant where there's the E and the S and the B and the I side. And I realized I was on the wrong side of the quadrant. I wasn't where the rich people were. I wasn't in the quadrant that the rich people were. I realized I needed to make that shift. I needed to shift quadrants, right? And that's when I realized that if you want to be a successful, if you want to be rich, if you want to be wealthy, right? You want to be someone that owns your own business, right? And that's when I got the motivation to run into real estate, right? And investing money in that, I lost money in there, and I didn't even last long in there, right? I went into another thing that was recommended to me is to go into stock trading and options trading, right? Stock trading and options trading, invested thousands and thousands of dollars in it, and I didn't succeed in it. I was failing and failing in these ventures. Went into network marketing, was struggling, was failing, right? Didn't make much in it, right? Investing thousands and thousands of dollars in it, and I was like, what is going on? I needed to make it work, right? If rich people were owning their business, I needed to own my business. I couldn't quit, right? I couldn't quit. Maybe that's the attitude you have right now. That you have the I couldn't quit attitude. Maybe that's what even brought you here to listen to my story or to Maury's story, right? Because you realize that maybe you're struggling and you're looking for an alternative. You're looking for something that can shift, that can turn it around for you. Because that was kind of like the experience that I had, that I was having that struggles, but I was like, I needed to have that shift, that turnaround. And it wasn't until had two experiences, right? I got in contact with a mentor and I got in contact with a sister, a mentor and a sister, because that turned it around for me, right? Because my mentor helped me to understand that unless I began to work on my mindset here, where I began to change the way, the perception, the kind of attitude that I bring towards my business, right? unless I began to make that change, that it will continually remain the same for me, right? So having access to that mentor that was there for me, right, and also a system that I can plug into, right, that helped me to automate some of the processes where I was having challenges in the beginning, right, until I was able to have access to those things. That was all, that it was after that that things began to change for me. I mean, I can tell you I've made thousands of dollars. I can tell you that I've been cited on the four major networks: ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox. But I share this not to impress you, but just to impress upon you. Just like Laurie's story to you is that if we can do it, you can do it. That greatness and success resides inside of you, but it's up to you to refuse to settle for less than the best that you can be. Someone said it's time to get off the back burner and begin to take action, and I think that's what I did. That's what Laurie did it, and that makes us qualified, right, to be here to share ideas with you that can help you to take your life and to take your business to the next level. So I hope like Laurie said that my story, Laurie's story, may have inspired you to take actions to refuse, like we said, to settle for less than the best that you can be, because you deserve to be successful and greatness resides inside of you. So that's just a little bit about my story. Um,
Awesome.
uh, yeah, Laurie, what do you think? Do you think we should get into the training content? I mean, or do you have anything to share before we do that?
Yeah, I think so. I think the training content's good, but I just got to say, when you're telling your story, I'm so impressed. What comes to my mind most is the perseverance, and we talk about failure and making mistakes in our life and on the road to success, really. And I think that's what something I learned along the way is that the most successful people don't look at failure as quitting time. But it sounds like you yourself, you had some failures along the way and some mistakes that you made, but you continued to move forward and you continued to go after your dream, and that's until and you had success when you found the system and when you found the mentor, and working on ourselves will always be a good investment. It will always be a good investment. Reading good books and surrounding yourself with those people. I think that's just awesome. So that's what I heard tonight was just you failing forward, that failure isn't really, and mistakes aren't really a bad thing. They're feedback. Failure is feedback. It tells us, like a headache, that something's going on and we need to do something just a little different. And for every mistake we make, we realize that that's something we don't have to do again. We realize what doesn't work. I like that idea. I love to look at it as a scientist or an inventor. They make mistake after mistake after mistake, but that's not a bad thing. That just shows them one more thing that's not working, so they can narrow it down to what does work. And I just love that about your story. That and though you came back, you wanted to go home. I can't imagine going from. I love warm. I hate being cold. So to be in this beautiful warm environment and then to be so cold, because I've been that cold where I feel like my fingers are just going to fall off. But you stuck it out, and it sounds like you had a great mentor in your dad. He had some awesome instruction for you, some encouragement for you, and then hooking yourself up. So I just think your story always just gets me excited and helps me to know that we are all individual, but we all have a purpose, and when we persevere and fail forward, that's when we achieve the greatest things in our lives. Things are going to come our way, and gifts are going to come our way. So it's just awesome. So yeah, let's get started. Huh?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like you just drew so many golden nuggets on my show that I didn't pay attention to, but wow, that is awesome. I really appreciate that. And just as you were saying that the story of Thomas Edison came to mind. I mean, this is known as the father of the light bulb. Imagine if when he started trying to find out the way to the invention of the light bulb, he had that first failure, right? Which you don't say it's failure really, it's really feedback, right? It's feedback of one way that was not working, right? Imagine if we had quit at the first point. We certainly wouldn't have had electric bulb as early as we did, right? Or maybe we wouldn't have even come up with some of the technologies that we had there will all probably be like a delayed progress, right? I mean, of course, maybe we would have been Thomas Edison, but what if it had taken like another 10, 15, 20 years before it was eventually done? And this was someone who persevered, right? After the first, after the 10th, after the 100th, after the thousandth time error, right? I mean, or feedback, right? That it wasn't working. I mean, people would have given up even at the second try, right? Saying everything's not working. Oh, I mean, they just throw their hands in the air and they surrender. But not Thomas Edison, not the father of the electric light bulb. That's why we are able to celebrate him as the man who was able to just uh, overcome all the feedbacks, right? The failure feedbacks for over 10,000 times, right? Before we eventually came to what we have as electric light bulb. That has been very beneficial to us and has led to a whole lot of other inventions. So I guess from our sharing our stories, is to tell you never to quit on your dreams, right? That you're absolutely worth it. That you deserve to go for it. But anyways, and I think enough of our sharing stories right now. We can keep going and going. So we're talking about how to close like the superstar network marketers and how to sign people up very, very quickly. You know what? I'm just gonna let me hand this over to Lori and just have a take charge of this as we move forward. Lori, do you want to take charge? You ready to go?
Oh, sure. We'll get this ball rolling, huh? So okay, so this is a subject we haven't talked about. Very little, and I think for some people it's just really touchy. I really do see that there are a lot of people that have blocks with the word sales and selling and closing. That's when there's this big stigma around. Ooh, when I close, I'm going to be taking their money. And I think the first thing that, again, Deepo and I are both very strong on this, and it just is so crucial that your mindset be in the right place. This is all about perception and understanding. If being aware that if you have that block, and if you hear the inner voice telling you that that's a negative thing, this service or this product that you have, then you need to take a step back and think about what it is. What's going on? How am I feeling this way? Do you love your product? Is your product just the greatest? Some would say, and I heard someone at the last event that I went to, that was a live event surrounding myself with all these amazing entrepreneurs, and some of them had their own products, and some of them were, the event that we were at, were selling the products from that company. And they said, I know that this product is a doorway to someone else's future dream. This is opening up the future for somebody else. He felt so strongly, and I agree with him. I felt that when he said that was truth to me, that this opens up a door, this product. So when you have a service or a product that you really love, and I think the other crucial part of closing with somebody is understanding what they really want, what their desires are, what their needs are, and then fulfilling that need. Another mentor once said, if I have this beautiful apple, and this apple right here is just gorgeous, and it's, my favorite kind is Pink Lady. There's so many different kinds. Anyway, so I have this great apple, and somebody is sitting there, and, well, Deepo wants this apple. He's super hungry. He's craving an apple. Then the exchange is what's the worth of that apple to Deepo? Maybe he's willing to pay for that apple $4, $5, $8, because it's important to him. So if we really can boil this down to an exchange, this is an exchange of energy, really. But you've got a great service or product that you're giving to somebody to meet their need, to meet their desire. You're not taking anything from them. This is an exchange, and I think to understand that, a step number one in understanding when it's time, when you're closing. And I've seen through mentors also that the reality is we need to be confident and understand that, especially in this online entrepreneurial world, that the business that we're in is really, we hear MLM and we hear network marketing and we hear, and marketing's a part of that, the word marketing, but yet most people have kind of this mindset about it that what it really isn't. Is it a pyramid? Does it really work? Those are some questions that come up a lot. And to understand this, I like the idea that it's a franchise. You're a franchisee. You've got you're an affiliate to a company. And understanding that the people, this is my favorite part, is when you listen to what your client, your subscriber, your friend, the person you're working with, when you really listen and understand what their needs are, and you're fulfilling that need because you have the product or service that's going to meet that need, there's nothing better. There's nothing better at that moment. That's, at least for me, it fills my heart really with joy to know that, oh man, I made a difference in this person's life. It's a win-win. You both come into this and it's a win-win. So my favorite part of this is having the system set up so that I'm not out there, calling and asking, and I'm not staying on the phone with somebody who's thinking it's a scam and asking me how much money I made and asking me whether it's a pyramid. You can just cut all that out, because the reality is people that are attracted to what you have, they come to you. And like just yesterday, I talked with a gal who came to me. She called me and said, I need this. I want to meet with you now. It is time. I can't wait any longer. How soon can we get together? That's exciting, because that means that not only I'm living my purpose. That's a reality, and I didn't understand that till now. That when you've got something that others need, they will come to you, and when you have a belief in that, they will come searching for it, and it will be easy to close because you'll have confidence to say, okay, these are the things that are going to help you to get ahead. You need to, and I can just run you through the program. Let's get in right now. For me, it's let's get online, because for some of you that are working online, it's a lot easier. People can sign up, people can purchase right there online, and you can just run them right through, whether you're on the phone or whether you're like us right now doing a Google Hangout, maybe just a video hangout with them so you can talk with them. Let's get on. Let's go through. Write your name. I think, write your name as you want to see it on your check. If they're a business prospect, they're going to be a partner with you. You can just take them right through the steps and make them feel even more comfortable when you're confident, because you know the steps that need to be taken for them to achieve what their desires are. So I think that's a big first step, a big part of it all. So what do you think, Deepo?
Wow! I'm taking notes here. Even though I've gone through this course before, but it's always very powerful just listening to it again. And I think, and I hope our viewers are getting something golden nuggets from this training. Is that it's not about wandering through Walmart and trying to pitch people. Those famous pitches of, oh, I'm starting a business here in this area. I look like someone who's sharp in this neighborhood. Do you keep your options open?
Options open.
Yeah, all that stuff is so old. It's so traditional. It's so 1970s. But we're in the 21st century, where things have changed, where the internet is has made things available for us. Where, like Laurie said, we're practicing attraction now, right? Where we are out here delivering value, and you are looking at this information and say, wow, this is great information. How did Deepo know about all this? How did Laurie know about this? It's because we had access to information, to information, game-changing information that's taking our business to the next level. And as a result of us sharing, for example, this kind of information, you can be attracted to this kind of information and say, wow, I want a piece of it. I want to work with Laurie. I want to work with Deepo. I want to have access to the same information so that I can take my network marketing business, my MLM business to a whole new level, so that I will stop going to Walmart to just wandering around in my suit and my tie, trying to pitch them about my business, or trying to ask someone sitting with me on the plane whether or not they keep their options open. I think we've evolved, right? The network marketing industry has evolved, right? Where we have a system that can help you to automate the process. Where you, like Lori said, you don't have to be on the phone, like calling and just having people just either slam the phone on you or not even being there, right? I remember the term we typically use, like when you call and call, you call it dialing for dollars. I don't know if you remember the terms dialing for dollars, right? But you keep on bringing up the phone, and sometimes even for me, whenever I just want to pick up the phone, it seems as if my heart is throbbing, it's beating fast. I'm like, I gotta make this, as if because there's just so much resistance to it. But now we've gone to a whole new level where it's attraction marketing, where we can be attractive to people, where people are like, wow, I really love this information. I'd like to get started. I mean, I believe it's the lady that, or the customer that, the potential customer that came to her and said, wow, man, I think it's time for me. And that's because they've been seeing Laura in action. They've been seeing her in attraction mode, where her presentation where she's not chasing. She's not running after anyone with a broomstick and saying, "Man, you gotta get into this business." That's not what's going on. She's in the flow of her. She's in the flow of her business, where she's expressing herself. She's delivering value. People are being impacted, and people are saying, "Wow, I want to work with her, right? I want to work with her. I want to see how she can help me to take my network marketing business, help me take my MLM business, help me take my traditional business to the next level, right? Because that is exactly what we do. So confidence is very, very critical. I think that's all that I'm getting here. That's the most important thing I'm getting. Confidence is very important in the way you portray yourself when you want to close people into your business, right? Because you want to serve as that confident authority that people can come to and lock arms with and be successful with. And Laurie, thank you for the information. I was listening to I was listening to a top leader um, answer this question about, is it a pyramid, and he answered in a very smart way. And what is a pyramid? When you ask someone what's a pyramid, it's like, oh, where someone is at the top and it's making all the money. Yeah, that's a pyramid. Yeah, and then he was like, yeah, in my business, you can make more than your upline, right? Because if you do the work, if you get the things done right, you can be making more than your upline. And we can tell you stories about where we have multi-million millionaires, even that people that made millions even before they are offline in the business, right? So would you call that a pyramid? Well, then let me ask you a question. You that has a job, right? So you have a job, right? Who is over you? Probably a supervisor, right? And who's over that supervisor? Probably another manager, right? And who's over that manager? Probably another regional manager. And who's over that regional manager? Probably a vice president, or yeah, let's say a vice president. Who's over that vice president? Probably the president. And who's over that president? Probably the CEO of the company.
Yep.
Wow. So who makes the most money, right? Does the CEO make more money than the vice president? You would probably say yes, right? Right. That's an affirmative, right? Absolutely. Because if there's any business where the vice president is making more than CEO, then something shady is going on in the business, right? Yeah. And does the vice president make more than the regional vice manager? You probably say yes, right? And does the regional manager make more than the manager? You say yes. Does the manager make more than the supervisor? You say yes. That looks more like a pyramid to me in this case. So the question is, so your business, your job is a pyramid, right? And then my business is not. So what were you saying in the first place about a pyramid? See, so that's kind of like a way to diffuse the interesting thought that came to me. But I'll let you continue. This is powerful information. So whatever you do, right, in your business, you have to get to the point where you're attractive, enough, sharing value, sharing content, right, with your blog, right? Giving information that your customer or potential customer needs, that provides solutions to the needs of your customers, right? So that they can see that you are someone that delivers values to the point where they begin to know you from the blog posts that you're delivering, right? They're liking you, right? From all the wonderful content that's helping them to improve their business, and they are trusting you enough, right? They get to that third phase. I talked about in the training. They get to that third phase where they trust you completely to follow through with your recommendations that you give to them that can help them to take their business to the next level. And that's kind of like what Laurie does, right? It's taking you through that phase, right, where you engage in that, going through the process where you're knowing her from the videos that she shoots, where you're liking her from the valuable content that she delivers that's helping your business. And you get into that to the phase where you've trusted her enough and say, well, okay, you always saying, okay, this is what you want to do in order to move your business to the next level. Because you've got to that phase, you're willing to take the action and to click the button of the buy. That's what you want to do. You get to that position where you're confident in your business, and then you take it into the level so you can tell them, recommend to them what they need to do, and then you take the action and buy from it. So I really enjoy what you do. Please check it out. Check it out.
Well, you know, you're talking about pyramids, and some people say, you know, is it a pyramid scheme? And I think a lot of people are just misunderstanding what that is, because a pyramid scheme is illegal. And anytime there's a product that's being exchanged, it's not illegal. Any company that's been around and gone through the tripwires, even like the one that starts with the big A that everybody knows about, is not a pyramid scheme, or it wouldn't be around, because that would be illegal. So, you know, a mentor of mine just says, when somebody asks him that, he says, listen, are you serious about knowing what I'm doing? You know, or are you just going to ask stupid questions? I just thought, wow. You know, he steps into it and says, you know, I don't need to work with you. I don't need to share this with you. And here's a guy who, he's a 7-8 figure earner, you know, I mean, and he doesn't really need to talk to anybody. When he's flying on an airplane, he doesn't have to network with anybody, because he's got people coming to him and asking him what he's doing. He has people following him with their credit cards saying, you know, let me in. I want to be a part of this, you know. And that, I think, is a key to understanding, like Deepa was saying, when they trust, like, and know you, they want to be a part of whatever it is you're doing, you know. And when they see that you're authentic and real, that's just, there's nothing better than knowing that somebody's who they really are. And I think I love that about the mentor that I was talking about, because everywhere I go, whether I'm watching a video, whether I'm hearing a webinar, or whether I'm meeting with him face to face, and I've met with him backstage and in the audience and after, and he's the same. And that is really cool to me, because that means he's absolutely authentic. And there are people out there, I think another thing I noticed is when you're closing with somebody and you're sharing and exchanging goods with them, you're there with them. Being present, in the present, right there with them is really key. And the mentors I've seen that are super successful, that's something that they really work hard to stay in the present and engage with the person they're with, no matter who's around them, but to be right there with you, because they really get what it is that you're looking for. They'll even repeat back, and I think this is important in closing too. When somebody says to me, let's say, you know, Deepa says, I want to work from home, I want to be able to make $5,000 a month, and I want to be able to leave my job by the end of the year. Then I say, oh, you want to work from home, make $5,000 a month, and you want to be able to leave your job in a year. I may have just repeated that. I mean, that's the key, is to repeat it exactly the way the person says it. Don't change it in any way, shape, or form, because it isn't what they are saying. They're literally saying to you exactly what they want. And when you can rephrase it back to them, called mirroring, right? I think we call it mirroring. When you can rephrase it right back to them, you're in the present with them, and they know that you know what they're, like, you're feeling them. Do you know what I mean? You're stepping into what it is that they want. And when you become aware of that, then that's when you can go, well, you want to make $5,000 a month? I can show you exactly how to do that. This is the plan. You're going to need to do this, this, and this. It's going to cost you this much. You know, how much are you able to put forward each month? How many hours are you able to step forward? if you said now they've committed to an amount that they want to earn each month, well then now it's time to step in and say, well, for that amount, how much time are you going to put in? If this is an amount like 5,000 or maybe even 10,000 is an amount you've never made before, this is going to be more of a challenge for you. And so breaking through to that 10,000 level can be really tricky. But how much time are you going to put in? If somebody says, I can put in 2 hours a week to make 10,000 a month, you can guess that the realistic side of that, it just doesn't compute. Or you can also take this, and I love this, another mentor says, she says to take that amount of money that you want to earn per month and take the amount of hours that you're willing to put in and divide that out, and you figure out how much money you're earning an hour, and you will focus on exactly what you need to do. I mean, if you're only going to work 2 hours a week, but you're going to earn 10,000 a month, boy, that's a lot of money per hour. You better have the phone turned off, and really focusing in on what you need to get done. So anyway, those kinds of things in the closing part of it too is just because you know what that person that you're working with, what their needs are and what their desires are, and you're engaged with them, present, fully there, makes a huge difference in the connection and making sure that you're exchanging that value for dollar, so that they're getting exactly what they need. So that'd be, I guess, if we're making it like a step type thing, I guess that would be the next thing after being confident, is making sure you're present and fully aware of what their needs are. So that means that key, you've got 2 ears and 1 mouth, use accordingly. Listen way more than you talk, and you're going to be able to, find out what your customers and what your clients and your subscribers, what their challenges are, and what you can fill them at. So I don't know if you've had some experience.
I think that's absolutely that's absolutely powerful. I'm getting a feedback. Is that me or is that?
Yeah, I've got it all clear here. It's sounding really good here.
Okay, you got it. I thought I was getting the feedback. Let me see. I don't think I have anything open. All right. Okay, I think it's fine. Oh, okay. 1 second. Okay, maybe this will be better. Okay, how about now? Okay, I think. Okay, perfect. Yes, I like it. I really like this number 2 step, and that's I like that the fact that you say be present to your conversation, be present with the prospect. Sometimes a lot of people they get into discussing with their prospect or their potential customer, and then something else carries their attention, whether it's a phone call or something on the computer, and then they're not paying attention. They're not giving their whole attention to the person that they're talking to. And I think that was listening to one of the top industry earners, one of the top industry earners today, and he said something. I actually quoted Jim Rohn, the late Jim Rohn, the legendary Jim Rohn, and he said this. He said, "Wherever you are, there you are." And I think that was so very, very profound. And that's all about just being present to your surrounding, being present to who you're communicating with. And I think that's a very critical. And because if you're present there, then you can look to figure out, you can look to learn about the needs of your customer, the needs of your prospect, so that you can help them to attend or address that particular need. To let them know, okay, all right, they want to make $5,000 a month, and they only have 20 hours a week to run their business, and then they have like $1,000 or so to devote to their marketing budget, right? You see, having that information arms you to provide the right food medication, right, or the right solution to their problem. And it's just an analogy of a doctor. Would you ever, as a doctor, give a recommendation to a patient without even hearing the problem that the patient has? Would the patient just come into your office, right? And then you say, okay, all right, you go take I don't know all the drugs out there because I don't you just take this drug and that drug, and then this hypertension drug, and then this pain reliever drug and all that stuff. without knowing that the person just had us, just is experiencing stomach flu or something like that. I mean, if you don't listen to her and you're recommending hypertension medication to someone who just has a stomach ache, right? You will be doing what? You'll be doing what do you call malpractice?
Yeah.
Malpractice. And do you know what malpractice is for a doctor? They can revoke his license and it can just be the end of his practice, right? So if that applies to a doctor, how much more a network marketer, right? Where you just want to throw your products into the face of your prospect and just say, oh, go buy this and buy that. When you don't know what it is that your prospect is looking for, right? I think it's high time you as a network marketer, you listen to me, right? Or as an MLM, stop practicing malpractice in your network marketing business. I think once we can begin to understand that we need to, like Lori saying, pay attention, be there to figure out what it is that your prospect or your potential customer is seeking for, is looking for, uh, understanding the needs enough for you to be able to make the rightful recommendation, the rightful diagnosis, right, for the particular problem that they want to address. I think that is very, very key, and I think that I believe that's the major key to helping people. To help sign people up really to a whole new level in their business, because when you're providing that recommendation, you're not just signing them up to just get some product, but you're helping them to be positioned to arrive to the destination that they desire and that they truly deserve. So yeah,
Yeah.
great content. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was great. I love the I don't know what you call it, allegory, the idea of malpractice.
Yeah.
That's just so awesome. You know what you're talking about, and it came to my mind too about the when you're finding out the desire. What I found too was when somebody puts out an amount of money, a lot of times we get or let's just say it's not money, but you could also throw into this concept of if you've got a product and they really desire the product, same kind of thing. Um, there's something that income is going to give them. There's something deeper than that. And I think that the great successful leaders too that I've seen, and I've practiced this myself, and I say practice because it's not something that we're used to. This is something that any one of us can do. This isn't, we see these big, we see these Tony Robbins, and we see Oprah Winfrey, and we see Brendan Burchard, and we see these incredible David Wood out there, and we think, oh, they're just so amazing, and they're good in public, and they can stand up there, and they have all this confidence, and the reality is they are practicing all the time too. And that I love it. Anthony Robbins said, every one of us does not feel, all of us, don't feel like we're enough. That was just a total game changer for me to understand that we are all from the same fabric. We all come here and we all have this this feeling of not being enough. And that's a relief to me in a way, and again, it comes back to perception. I can turn that around and say, I have this God-given feeling inside me to become better. That's really what we're talking about. Whereas we go, oh gosh, I'm not enough, I'm not enough. No, that's not it at all. There is greatness within you, and it's in there, and the idea is to understand that it's driving you. The great feeling within you is to become better. And to get your message out there and to find the purpose that you're here for, because it's there, the desires of your heart. So key stuff to get into that. But to ask your client or your subscriber, I keep using different terms, I'll just say client, what is that money going to give you? Because what's going to happen is they're going to go deeper. And when you really find out that they say, I just have family in different corners of the world. We've all spread out from each other, and I just want to be able to see them. I just want to be able to go when I want to go and spend time with the people I love. Boom! You just found out what it is that their deepest desire is to be with the ones they love. Now that they've given you an amount and they've given you the desire of their heart, you can turn right around, and when they have a objection, like, I don't know, I've got to talk to my spouse about this, I'm just not really sure. You can say, well, let me ask you a question. Did I understand you that you want to spend more time with your family and the ones you love, you want to be able to go, and you want to earn this much a month? This is important to you? Boom. Well then, is it that you need to ask your spouse, or is that you're just kind of feeling insecure or unsure that it will work? And you can get to the bottom of that and find out what their actual concern is, because a lot of times what someone says up front really isn't what's bothering them the most. So it's just really tuning in, and this is practice. We're not going to be perfect at it, but I think when you come with a sincere heart and you really want to help them and know what their needs are so you can help them, you're going to find those answers. And you are, I'm so grateful that we're not in that old realm again, like Deepo, you were talking about, that old realm of making phone calls and walking around in Walmart and even just having to ask people and be somebody you're not. I'm so grateful that you can be exactly who you are, and you can ask who they are and what they want and what their needs are, and you can meet those, and you can also understand that that they may not, like we say on our calls. Deepo and I say, hey, you may not resonate with me. You may be listening and go, wow, I just really like the way Deepo, what his mindset is. My mind is a lot like his. I'm gonna work with him. As soon as you understand that this is about creation and cooperation with each other, your business is going to explode again, and you're going to be able to close, and you're going to be able to bring people into your business when you want to build an empire. When you understand that this is about creation and this is about cooperation. And I think that's what I love most about working with Deepo, is that we understand that, we both believe that and understand that we can share and cooperate and create and be ourselves. So I think that's another big part of closing and recruiting. So.
Wow, powerful. I think Lori, you've delivered a whole bunch of nuggets. I mean, this is amazing. This is awesome. I mean, I'm just blown away. Like I said, I've gone through this course, but just for you to talk it through with Lori and share with you that are getting value from this information. I mean, maybe you've not seen it in this kind of light before, and you're like, wow, this is amazing, and we hope you really implement it in your life. And yeah, just like Lori said, it's beyond. This is not a competition type of thing for us. It's not at all. All we are doing here is we are creating, we are cooperating, we are building up, we're working together, we're locking arms, and just our goal is to help 100 people earn $10,000 a month in their business, to help them get the freedom, right, to do whatever they want to do, to spend time with their loved ones, to have the income, the time freedom, and the money freedom, right? The time and the money freedom. Sometimes you find people who have all the money, right, but then they're slaving away, and not able to even enjoy the money that they have, right? I mean, talk about for example, those high-paying lawyers who sometimes go to work and just stay there at work trying to figure out how they need to debunk this other case that they haven't, so that they can win the case. And they end up spending the whole time at the office and not even able to enjoy the money they're making. Or even engineers working so hard, working long hours, right, and then just coming home to spend only a few hours at home, and then just to come back again and go back to work again. Imagine those people that are earning those income but and not having that time to be able to spend their loved ones, or vice versa. Those that have the time, right, but what, they don't have the money to be able to enjoy that time, right? But we've been able to, through this opportunity, have a system to have both at the same time. So like we said, you can do whatever you want to do, with whoever you want to do, whenever you want to do, at wherever you want to do it, right? Because that is the goal, to help you to get your time back, to help you get the money as well, to be able to enjoy the time. And like we're saying, it's beyond competition. It's about cooperation. It's about creating together. It's about cooperation, and helping build an army, helping to raise that army, right? The army that are willing to move forward, the army that are willing to make a change in their lives, in their business, right? Lori, I believe we've delivered a whole bunch of information here. From what you shared tonight. I mean, just as I was thinking, like you said, we're not perfect, but we're always working on improvement, right? Just like my pastor says, we're like a work in progress. We're a work in progress.
Yeah.
You said this. You said you may not get it. You may not get it right away, right? You may not get it right completely when you're asking the question, when you're tuning in to find out more about the needs of your customer or prospective customer. Find out what it is they need the money for, what the money is going to do for them, how they're going to feel when they earn that money, or what kind of benefit the money will provide for them, right? But then at least you do your best to try and hone in as much as you can. And like you said,
Mhm.
we're all a work. We're all like we said, we're all a work in progress. Where you keep on learning about that, keep learning to keep moving forward. Lori, what do you say about us? I don't know if you have more to share, but I was wondering whether or not we can just wrap it up tonight. I mean, and if we do have more to share, we can do that as a part two
Yeah.
for next time.
Absolutely, I think that's a good idea. I know, yeah, we're coming to a close, and there is a lot more. I kind of wanted to go into detail on just the, oh, not the closing, but the follow-up and how crucial that is too to our business, and that's a whole other game changer right there. But the thing that I wanted to just close with, that again, you brought it out when you said it. You were talking about questions that we ask, and I think it might have even been Jim Rohn again. He's fun to quote. He has some amazing quotes, but his is like, the question is the answer. And I think that knowing that we need to remember to ask questions to our client, and we need to also remember to listen to our inner voice and ask questions of ourselves, because that's where we're going to find answers. When we're open and aware, we can move forward in that area and become. Oh, I know what else I was thinking too. You were talking about cooperation, creation. The things that we've shared with you guys tonight is. This comes from amazing training product, and we've been working through the little nuggets out of product that we have and different modules in that product called the Top Producer Formula. This is a product that you can own on your own, and it's a downloadable product that you will go back to as a resource on a consistent basis, because we've just shared just teeny tiny tips of the iceberg of what we're talking about here. And so I wanted to be sure and make sure you knew that where I was getting my information, and how Deepo and I again have access to not just this product, Top Producer Formula, which we've just touched on little tiny bits of, but that there's a whole library of products that have just really been helpful. And I'll tell you, the amount that they cost, they are absolutely an under promise and an over delivery of a flood of information that you'll use to increase your market, to savvy up your business, to improve your confidence level, to bring your marketing to the online and offline. So anyway, I wanted to make sure that you knew that that product is available to you, and that's what we're sharing is the Top Producer Formula. And we look forward to moving forward on some other products that are coming, exciting products coming in October, and a little bit is unveiling next month as well. And we'll be sharing that. Let me just tell you, Titan is the word of the day. But we'll be sharing more about that too, because that's something big is coming there, and the system just keeps getting better. So with that, I think that's all I wanted to share. Most of all, I'll let you put a bow on it and just say thanks to everybody for being here. You are successful. You're of the mindset, because you're here. I know that you can do amazing things, and that you can live your purpose, and that you can fulfill your dream right here and make it a reality. I believe that, and I believe in you. And you too, Deepu.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, Lori. I believe in you. I really appreciate you as well, Lori. I don't want to take that for granted. I really want to appreciate you for the time that you've taken to be here together with me to share these ideas to help our subscriber base, to help our listeners, to help as many as have taken the time as well to to listen to this information. They want to become successful like those like the top network marketers in the industry, right? And for us to be able to take the time and share this information, for them as well to be able to take the time to listen to this information, I think that's powerful, and I think it's a win-win situation. And this is an opportunity for me to just say once again that I really appreciate you guys. That, like Laura said, you have everything that it takes to succeed, right? And we are here for you, right? We are here to help you to take your business to like to the next level. That is why we take the time to do this, right? As I'm just thinking of running this up, a lot of things are just coming into my mind, right? I mean, like Laurie talked about this being the just a teeny witsy bitsy part of the modules that we've been handling. This is just a module of a top producer from that. I mean, imagine having access to this kind of information, right? That your competition does not have access to yet, right? I mean, because you took the time to listen to this information, but you having access to this information, and you having the opportunity to even have it as a product for yourself that you can begin to apply in your own network marketing business, in your own MLM business, right? So that you can see your business go off the roof. Imagine having access to that. Imagine your business taking a whole new turn. I mean, so that you're beginning to see results, right? I mean, we've done some trainings on generating leads, right? We've done training on traffic and things like that. Imagine having all this, having access to this kind of product for yourself, right? To help take your business to the next level. How powerful is that? I mean, doing that before your competition has access to that. I mean, this is your opportunity, and I think maybe that's what we're gonna do is probably give you the opportunity to be able to purchase this product by just clicking the link below, right? I mean, when you click the link below, you will have access. You can have access to this product for just like Laurie said. This is pretty the pricing for this for this product is maybe it's pretty much priceless. I mean, let's be honest, it's pretty much priceless. If we can help take your business, it has the potential to help take your business to a game-changing level. Of course, we are not promising you anything or any level of income, but people sometimes buy courses, right? But they don't take action. But I know that's not you, right? I know that you. I know you're a person of action. Like I said, we believe in you, and that is why we are here, right? To take a stand for you, and we want to use this opportunity as well to extend an invitation, right? If you like the information you've been hearing, right, you're connecting with Laurie, you're connecting with myself, you're saying, "Wow, I like this information that these two leaders are sharing, right? And I want to be a part of them. I want to lock arms with them." As I'm just sharing that with you, the movie comes to my mind, right? Is Gladiators, right? I typically end with this, and that's the story. It opens up with this scene, right, where the actor, right, which is the main actor, which is Maximus, right, is with his own army, right. He's a general, and he has his own army of soldiers, right, and then they have a huge opposition that they were going to face. I mean, this was an opposition army that were huge, and they were large in number. I mean, they could pretty much simply crush Maximus and his army. But Maximus was a great soldier. He spoke to he spoke to his own soldier. He shouted to them. He said, "Hold the line." He said, "Stay with me." I mean, he was able to bring them into a unified position where together as one they were able to eventually crush the opposition, regardless of their size, regardless of their number. And that is what we are doing here tonight. Is using our opportunity to ask you to hold the line and to stay with us. We are extending that hand of invitation to you and say, "Come lock arms with us. Let us help you take your business, your life to a whole new level." Because we have access to information that you don't have access to yet, but you can also have access to when you lock arms with us, when you decide to work with us, right? Like we said, we believe in you. It is time for you to get off the backbone of your life and begin to get into the driver's seat, right? It means to get off the passenger side and begin to get into the driver's seat of your life, where you begin to take charge, begin to take control, right? One of my spiritual mentors will say, take spiritual responsibility for your life, and that's what you need to do. Take a responsibility for your life. I think it's time for you for me to start saying the buck stops here. Instead of passing on the blame game, the complaint game, or the criticizing game, where you're criticizing someone or blaming someone for why it is that you're not where you are, right? It's time to take responsibility. And my question is, are you going to take action? Are you going to make a decision? Are you going to decide to make a run for it, right? That is why we are extending that hand. We're saying it is time for you to make that decision, to click the button below and to decide to make a run for it because you deserve it. You are worth it. Your dreams are worth it. People are waiting for you to happen. It reminds me of that scripture verse that says that the sons of God, it says the creation awaits. Sorry, it says the creation awaits the manifestation of the sons of God. I think you can put daughters of God if you feel right. I mean, people are waiting for you to happen. It's pretty much what they're saying. People are waiting for you to happen. People are waiting for you to show up. People are waiting to hear your story, right? You heard my story. You heard Laurie's story. You're inspired. You're probably saying, "Wow! I mean, if these guys can do it, I can do it as well too." And people are waiting to hear your own version of the story, right? Where you also have also surmounted challenges, right? Whether it is being homeless, whether it is being coming from addiction, right? And deciding to go for it and have a better life for yourself and for your family. Whatever nature of your story may be, people are waiting to hear it, right? People are waiting to hear how you went from defeat to success. People are waiting for you to hear how you went from the lows to the high, from being down and out, right, to being up and a victor. People are waiting for you to leave the victim mentality and to begin to enter your victor cycle. And that is what we are here to do to help you to make that happen. We are here to help you to move forward to where you deserve to go, right? Once again, you are worth it. We believe in you and we are taking a stand for you tonight, saying click the link below. And as you click the link below and you go to the Safe and Secure that page, fill out your information and hit the button. Once it's successful, either of our assistants will be getting in touch with you to have that one-on-one personalized, to schedule that one-on-one personalized coaching session where you talk with us and we can help you to fashion that your game plan that can help you to get to your expected level. So I can help you to get to where you really want to go. It is time. It is time. I have delivered the message to you. Laurie has delivered the message to you, and together we are telling you it is time for you to make a decision and make a run for it. And for you that are making that decision to get started with us, we are excited for you, and we're saying congratulations, welcome to the team, and we're pretty much clapping for you because you absolutely deserve it. Once again, thank you so much for allowing us to share ideas with you that can help you take your life, your business to the next level because you are absolutely worth it. Until next time, when we can share more ideas with you, this is Declan and Laurie saying once again that we believe in you, we appreciate you, and we look forward to spending more time with you. Until next time, bye
Bye
for
bye,
now.
everybody. We'll see you again. See you next
Bye.
time.